What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 42nd episode of the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society. Jeremy Johnson, along with Jim Range and Craig Nasello, just back from Colorado, literally within the last few hours. I mean, it's all good, and also he's decided to crack open the Weller 12 down there, which is always good. But it is basically St. Patrick's Day. Tomorrow, yes, depending upon if you're watching the show live. I mean, yeah, so.
When you St. Patty's Day there.
It is, and so we wanted to make sure that we did get a St. Patrick's Day episode in. This episode will all be about Irish whiskey and what makes Irish whiskey Irish and why everyone over there seems to love Jameson and really just kind of the history behind it. But of course, it was always, it's going to be fun. I mean, I know Craig has been to Ireland. Jim drinks a lot, so it kind of works out. Same thing.
Well, I'm Irish on one half the family, so.
Which half?
My mother's half. She's
Really?
half Irish, half. So I'm 25% mom's half Irish, half Italian.
See, producer DJ K-Pop says that stuff too, and I don't believe her.
No, like the
What's the name
grandparents
on your
actually
side? What's the name?
Dowling.
Fair. All right.
And there's actually a Dowling's pub over there that my cousins have visited.
Okay. All right.
When we go for Mikey's birthday,
Yeah.
we're going to visit the family bar.
That'd be great when he watches this. So he goes, "Wait, we're going to Ireland for my birthday," because he doesn't know that part yet.
Oh,
So anyway.
oops.
Yes.
Good job, Jim.
Yeah, that was great. All right. Well, that's out of the bag now. Okay.
That's my
so
job.
there you go. No, but tonight we are talking all about Irish whiskey. We will have our sip, sink, and save tonight, which is going to be basically the whiskeys of the home country, and that is Jameson, Bushmills, and something called Quiet Man, which we brought out as a little something different. We'll also, of course, have our segment tonight, Is It Worth It?, where we are going to do two Irish whiskeys, and that is Proper 12, well, we'll do three. Proper 12 Irish Apple, and Redbreast 12, which is kind of the pinnacle and standard of the basic affordable Irish whiskeys. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a gigantic St. Patrick's Day because, number one, I love frickin' corned beef. You?
Yep.
No.
No?
No.
Damn.
Not a fan.
Well,
It's okay. I mean, it's not like.
It's the first time Craig's ever said he doesn't like food.
well, and there's a few things. Don't ever feed him chicken wings. Doesn't care for chicken wings at all. Nope. Okay. Anyway, tonight though, we are gonna make a drink, and I'm gonna do something that I have never done on this show before, and I am going to make a shot. I am going to make an Irish shot at that. So
Irish car bombs. All right.
no, you can't say Irish car bomb anymore.
So, who the fuck is going to tell me I can't say Irish car bomb?
I mean, that's fair. But okay, so in the bar business though, you cannot go to an Irish pub and order a car bomb anymore
Why?
because they changed the name of it. Because
But you know what it is if you ask for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Then what's the fuck's the difference?
I mean, that's fair, but we all got to be politically correct. I mean, not you, but So anyway, we are going to
Makes no
make,
sense.
it doesn't, but you actually can't go to most Irish pubs and order a car bomb anymore.
No.
They will call it something else. It's like an Irish Revolution or something crazy. So,
Okay.
yeah, I know. But tonight I am going to make a shot, and I am using,
Ew.
of course, Guinness.
So you got enough in here?
I think that will be good. You may want to grab me one more just in case. So, all right, we're going to start this off with an ounce of Guinness into each one. And I know Craig does not like Guinness, but he's going to do a shot tonight.
Fucking hideous.
So, all right. Like I said, 1 ounce of Guinness for everybody.
All right. We're good.
Okay, we made it. That's good. All right, next we are going to do a ½ ounce of Irish whiskey. And of course, let's do Bushmills. ½ ounce Irish whiskey. So when this all comes down, it's about 2 ounces. So it's a pretty regular size shot.
And this is why it takes so long when you go to a bar and order a bunch of shots.
Yeah, because all of things are measured out, and if I was doing them all in one shaker, that'd be a different animal. But because of the way that this works, I don't do that. So next up, we are going to do, back that way, just a little bit, so a 1/4 ounce of coffee liqueur.
You really are trying to make me like throw up tonight.
I know.
Stacy recommends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
but you guys all drink coffee. I don't drink coffee.
You don't notice the coffee.
Oh, I will. I know me.
all right. Even producer Matt did one because he's going to do another one now. So
Oh, and man, you guys are really trying to make me fucking sick.
And we're going to throw down with the
don't
Bailey's Irish whiskey. Now, I am using a different kind of Irish cream. I am using the s'mores version because it pulls a little bit more chocolate to it. So
I'm fucking gone. I got out of bed for this shit.
we're going to top that shot off with it over the spoon. This is a technique that's going to make it kind of drop and do all kinds of weird things inside of it.
How you make it black and blue?
Kind of, sort of. There we go.
Oof.
Dorian Brownlee's watching. Says this is dope. I don't know if he's talking about the shot making or Craig's commentary.
All right, we will pass the shots down. That one goes to Matt.
Here, I'll take
Put it out of camera.
Yep.
That's Craig.
There you go, Jim.
Thank you.
So, because of the coffee in this one, and whenever you've got to wake up on Irish, St. Pat's Day, I call this one the Sleepy Irishman. Happy St. Pat's Day, everybody. That is delicious.
It's good. Fucking loved it. Did you guys see that?
Okay, so yeah, Craig was like, "Nope, not gonna happen," but that's okay. Oh, he did it.
He's good.
God damn.
It's very chocolately. It's very.
All I tasted was Guinness and coffee.
Well, I mean that's fair.
It's good for you.
God.
It is good for you. It's very tasty. So
No, it's not.
it's one of those though that there are a lot of drinks that you can do with Guinness. So it's not just a sipper. As poor Craig dies here. The other big one that a lot of people will know is what they call the mini Guinness, and you do a shot glass 3/4 full and then top the rest of it with Bailey's Irish cream. It looks like a pour. So, but it's tasty, it's sweet, and it works out. So, but as I said, we're talking about St. Patrick's Day. There is a lot of history that goes into this day, not just from the whiskey side, but from the other. So Jim, kind of talk us through what it really is about.
All right. So there really was a St. Patrick in the 5th century. What's interesting with him, he's not Irish.
No, he's like Scottish.
He's
right?
British.
Oh, he's British.
He was born in Great Britain.
Damn British.
And he was.
Are you okay, buddy?
No, I'm fine. It's just. Oof.
And
That was a
at,
lot.
16, he was kidnapped and forced into slavery, herding sheep in Ireland. So he escaped,
Damn sheep herders will
went
get you
back to
every
Great
time.
Britain, but then he had a vision that he came back to Ireland. That's when he became a cleric and then a bishop and started the missionary.
Gotcha. Do y'all remember when I said I quit drinking for the month?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
that
know it
went
wouldn't
well.
last. So when he came to Ireland, he started out in France, and then from there, being a cleric and becoming a bishop, the Pope gave him permission to come to Ireland, where he spent time as a missionary. And the reason that everything is celebrated
Go ahead,
on
Craig.
March 17th, it's the anniversary of his death.
I'm still
I
trying to get over the shot.
So,
it's funny
I'm-
because even in the comments are like, somebody get Craig a trash
I'm
can.
not a. Well,
Yeah.
first thing, I'm not a shot person.
Right.
I'm not. I don't do shots. I'm not 21.
Fair.
Second thing. I don't. Well, you guys, you put like 4 things I can't fucking. Well, 3 things I can't fucking stand.
Fair.
we may have discussed
Marshmallows,
this before.
marshmallows, coffee, and Guinness. I mean,
Producer
Yeah.
Matt, do you have your mic on? Yes, you do. Okay, Producer Matt, talk me through. Did you like it?
Most you get the Baileys, so
Yeah, you do
it's
get a lot of
sweet.
sweet
I
to
tasted.
it.
All I tasted was Guinness. That's all I tasted.
That's what I got
coffee.
the first time. The second time, I got a little more of the coffee and Bailey's.
I love the fact that somebody in the comments here, Gabriella, says, "Yep, not gonna lie, made me want an Irish coffee." I agree wholeheartedly. So anyway, Jim, continue though. So this is
So-
basically the anniversary of the passing
of
St. Patrick. All right. So
and it was
basically, we all need to drink and have corned beef.
And you celebrated his life ever since. It's actually
this
the
is
one
good.
holiday, the one day during Lent. Catholics are given dispensation, which normally you don't eat meat on certain days. On St.
Friday.
Patrick's Day falls on a Friday. Then
Really?
you got dispensation. You can eat meat.
Oh, good. I can
Celebrate.
eat meat
I'm still
tomorrow.
eating
I'm
fish.
Catholic. I can eat meat tomorrow.
That's
Oh,
right.
I never stop.
So,
Fair.
and then with him coming with the Irish immigration to the United States around 1840 or so, is when the United States started celebrating it.
Gotcha.
Right on.
Well, that's kind of awesome.
But it's interesting.
Also, Dorian Brownlee now wants marshmallows, and we appreciate that greatly. So, I did a drink with marshmallows once on here and accidentally almost killed producer DJ K-Pop when she choked on the marshmallow.
and we all just stand there watching.
We did. We just kind of stood there and watched it. That's a behind the scenes we have to put out someday.
Literally not gonna say a word.
Yeah, but anyway. All right, so let us know how you celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the comments here on Facebook, on our YouTube channel at MMA Bourbon Society, or of course on our Twitter at MMA Bourbon Society. The biggest thing though that really goes down St. Patrick's Day is everybody drinks Irish whiskey and
green beer.
green beer. But I don't like beer. I don't
I'm
like
not a huge beer fan.
No.
I mean, I'll drink it, but it's not
see
my go-to anymore. No.
I don't care for Guinness much either, but I do like it in something.
See, I like stouts, so Guinness is.
Yeah, you're the beer guy of the group. You and producer Matt are the beer guys. But
I can't do the beers.
Which I shocked producer Matt earlier with one that I pulled out of the archives.
no, but my whole thing is that, really the biggest drink in Ireland is Jameson whiskey. From everything I've ever read, it is the most had whiskey in Ireland.
What makes it an Irish whiskey, though?
Well,
I'm going to throw that at you.
Okay,
For a little bit of history.
yeah.
For those that don't know.
He's a whiskey steward.
yes, but so no, the Irish whiskey has to be triple distilled. It has to be pot stilled, and it is all basically the same grain of malted barley and unmalted barley together. There isn't a ton of standard that goes to it like there is for bourbon in America. But really the one who can actually talk to this is Craig. Because Craig has been to Jameson.
Dude,
and
I was so fucking drunk. I don't remember all that. I'll be the first one to tell you. I went there and had a blast.
And we've got video.
we do, and it's been shared out on the page. But no, but what I'm saying is so kind of talk about what it's like to actually go see the historical distillery. And because you were there. I mean, you were in knee deep.
I was in Bow Street. Yes.
Yep.
So if you ever go, you've definitely got to do every single tour that you can there with them. Because
especially since we're going to take Mikey for his
Right.
birthday, since Jim spilled that beans.
Well, one of the tours I did was the history tour, and it was really cool. It's all like 3D interactive. It's pretty. The guy that gave it was amazing. It was one of the coolest things I've got to see there while I was there. And then we also did a barrel taste, and then
so
just the history alone, like, so it showed how they started, what happened when all the fighting was going on, and then it showed the different different castmates and the different flavors and stuff. So like I think regular Jameson is aged in whiskey barrels and sherry barrels, and then mixed. And then like all of them
he
are
did
different.
listen while he was there. Good job.
But all of them are different. Every one of them, every flavor that they have, like
that's yours.
the crested that I forgot at the house.
It happens.
I keep forgetting that one for some reason.
During COVID.
Because I don't want to share, so.
That's fair.
But no.
The cool thing though that I've had from Jameson is that it's so consistent over so many bottles.
Yes.
And is that because that there is like so much of it that whenever it gets thrown together and mixed and then bottled, it's just so.
No, I just think they got their shit together and they
Really?
know what they're doing. Like
So can you tell the difference between like the barrel that you got to taste out of the barrel and what became the bottle?
Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
What's the biggest
absolutely-
differences?
The spice.
Really?
The
Okay.
spice changes a lot. Yeah, the spice changes a lot once they mix the sherry in, the sherry cask, I should say.
Oh, so you had it out of the.
I had it out of the whiskey
oak barrel.
barrel.
now
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's completely, it completely changes the whole flavor palette of it.
Cool.
So
Interesting. Okay.
So I look at Jameson when you look at consistency. We've always talked about how consistent Makers is because they rotate their barrels.
Right.
this is
Jameson.
this is more consistent than Makers.
But I'm saying,
100%.
but from the Irish whiskey to
Yeah.
American whiskey and bourbon consistency, that is even higher than Makers in my mind.
Well, yeah, and to me, it's always been the quintessential Irish whiskey is Jameson and Bushmills. You know, two very different. Because I know you didn't make it to Bushmills though, did you?
No, I was there 5 days?
Yeah.
4 days, and I think I was at Jameson every single one of those days.
It's awesome.
Because Bushmills, I think, is further north.
Okay, I got you.
Than outside of Dublin, and I really didn't have a car or anything. So,
Right, I
you
gotcha.
know.
Well, I'm kind of stoked for it. You know, it's as far as Irish whiskeys go, Jameson is up there for me. And that's why we've added it to our Sip, Sink, and Save tonight. So, in closing, though, with this, what is your favorite way to have Jameson? Because I have a specific way that I like them.
Mine is, it depends on which Jameson I'm drinking.
Okay.
So, like, the Jameson Orange, I like to mix
And
it.
you can't say the crusted because that's not, no one can get it here.
Yeah, you can't get the crusted here in the States. But if I do know somebody that has a crusted, I will have that straight.
Absolutely.
And then usually the original I'll have over ice.
Okay.
I like the original over ice because the original sometimes has a little bit, depending on my mood, a little too harsh sometimes.
Okay.
So I like to cut it down with a little bit of ice.
Jim, how do you take it?
Either
Leave that one alone.
I'm just setting them up, and Craig's knocking them out tonight.
either neat or in my coffee.
Okay.
To me,
Yeah.
that's a perfect addition to
I
my
could see
coffee
that.
in the morning.
So actually, you're very close to my brother who just commented. It says it's only mixed with coffee, a sugar cube, and whipped heavy cream. That's a great idea.
I love that.
That
A
is
true
a
Irish coffee right
great
there.
idea. Beautiful. Me personally, I am a Jameson and ginger person. I'm not talking an Irish mule. I'm talking just Jameson and ginger ale. That is my taste. I know you're not a ginger guy.
Yeah.
But
Now
to
I got
me,
to try that.
ginger ale and ginger beer are very different. They're different ways of making.
Yeah.
There is no actual ginger in ginger ale. So all those times that your parents gave it to you to settle your stomach didn't actually do anything ginger.
We didn't have that in our house because no one drank that shit.
Fair. But yeah, it's one of those that I like it just because of the sweetness of the soda plays well with the malted barley notes in Jameson. So that's the way I like it. But let us know how you like it, of course, here in the comments on our Facebook page, or go follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got to build some numbers on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we're shooting towards. So tonight, though, we have really brought in the heavy hitters for Sip, Sink, and Save tonight. And our Sip, Sink, and Save is brought to you by Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty. Check them out if you are selling or buying a home, unrivaledrealty.com. And they are out there to take care of it. Call or text them at 314-378-6939 for all of your housing and real estate needs.
Go buy houses. Brad needs money.
Absolutely. So tonight, our Sip, Sink, and Save. This one was, Jim decided to kind of throw this one together, so I'm going to talk about why did you pick what you did into the group here,
It's
Jim?
one of the older models, and when I looked through and pulled everything together we had in the house, it's about what I was given for a wedding present.
Okay.
Do we have
From-
a picture of that, by the way? Where Matt can put that up, a picture of everything that he had in the house, just Irish whiskey wise.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty funny. We'll
Yeah.
put that out
Matt
on our.
was on it.
Yeah, we'll put that out. But yeah, so talk about the three that we have tonight for our Sip, Sink, and Save.
Well, I mean, historically, you've got your Bushmill and Jameson, everybody knows about. Quiet Man, it's been around for quite a while as well, a little lesser known. Redbreast is up there. But it was something different.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're going traditional, Proper 12 being so new and actually being produced by Bushmills, I'm like, you know what? Let's go with three that are produced on their own, three separate distilleries.
Well, I mean, I know where if we would have put the proper 12 in, where it would have lied for me. Lied for me just because the proper 12 is so inconsistent right now.
Yeah.
It
And
still
it
is.
still
It
is.
still is. Yeah.
And that surprises me. And we'll get into that one with our Is It Worth It tonight, because we are going to do 3 bottles of Is It Worth It tonight. But first up, for our Sip, Sink, and Save, Jim, since you picked them, you get to go first.
All right. Matt, if you're watching, apologies, sir, as I go through this. I'm going to sip the Bushmills. I'm going to sink the Quiet Man. I'm going to save the Jameson. Bushmills to me, I'll start with the save. I think
Okay.
there's more I can do with the Jameson than I can with the Bushmills.
Really?
Yes. I think, as we talked about a couple different things, all using the Jameson. None of
Yeah.
us went to Bushmills as, how are we using it? And don't get me wrong, it makes a great Irish coffee as well. I think Jameson's got a little more flavor in there. So, saving wise, it's Jameson. Sipping, I mean, I can sip Jameson all day. I can sip Bushmills. But if I'm saving Jameson, Bushmills going to get the sip. Excuse me. And then the Quiet Man, It caught me off guard, and I've had it before. So coming through the second time, which is another reason to bring it out, because we have tried it before.
Okay.
I got a very smoky, peaty flavor.
More like a scotch.
More like a scotch.
Absolutely.
Even though it follows the distillation process of an Irish whiskey.
But
I'm curious what malts they're using in
I
it.
think that they are smoking their malted barley over it, and it pops so much more than anything else.
Right.
Like big time. So.
I mean, it didn't have a lot of legs on the glass either when I was just looking at it and taking it in. So that's the reason.
All right. So you are going to
Sip the Bushmills, sink the Quiet Man. I want to save
the Jameson.
Jameson.
All right. Craig Nasello, after a great week or a great night at Invicta FC and a couple hours of sleep, what are your picks tonight for our Sip, Sink, and Save?
I'm gonna go the other way from Jimmy. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sip the Jameson just because it's Jameson and probably one of my favorites. If our local mixologist / whiskey store could finally get the recipe down for the old fashioned that I had there,
the chocolate.
yes, it'd be even better. The Quiet Man just didn't do it for me. Was not just not that great. It's okay. I think it could be a little bit lower price point, just because it's not Bushmills or Jameson. I'm gonna save the Bushmills just because the Bushmills is sometimes a little higher cost, but I think the Bushmills is not a good mixer and not a good all-around Irish whiskey. I think to drink it straight, yeah, all day long, but to mix it or anything, it's not worth it for me. So it's something that I still would like to have in my collection, but would like to only use it sparingly just because it's not a good mixer. Now this I can use every day with multiple different drinks plus drink it straight.
All right.
All right.
So Craig is going to sip the Jameson, sink the Quiet Man, and save the Bushmills. So I am kind of leaning more towards with Jim on this one solely because Bushmills has a bit more punch in the flavor.
That's why it's hard to mix with.
It is, but it's a great straight day sipper.
Right.
To me, Jameson whiskey can make anything. You can take any spirit that you have, and I'm talking like if you wanted a vodka-based drink, you could add Jameson and make it work. If you wanted a gin drink, you could add Jameson and make it work. I've actually made a Jameson gimlet, which is awesome, and never would have even thought it. The thing that I have with the Quiet Man, number one is it's a blended whiskey, which a lot of them do, but they basically took a bunch of bourbon barreled whiskey, Irish whiskey, and blended them together. So at that point in time, you don't quite know where your smoked grain is going to be. You don't know where any of that's going to come out. And with this bottle, to me, that flavor to me comes out to be a light Scotch. It has notes of what I would call dimple pinch, if you remember that from the Scotch world. They make a very smoky taste. This one isn't as heavy, but it is definitely more Scotch than it is Irish.
Yeah.
So that one to me doesn't even play in the game.
It's a very light
Yeah,
whiskey too.
it is.
Who
And
makes this for them? Is it
It's
their
their
own
own.
They do
company?
their own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was maybe a Bushmills mixture.
No, they're
or-
sourcing their barrels from what I read in that, but they're still
Okay.
it has to be made over there to call it Irish whiskey.
right. It's
So,
Northern Ireland. I've seen that. I just didn't know if it was Bushmills product. Kind of like Buffalo Trace makes everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a true statement because we're going to get into Is It Worth It, and Proper 12 is made by Bushmills.
Right.
No matter how much.
And Redbreast is Jameson.
Yes.
And
So
it's interesting because Cam Wex today was actually talking about Quiet Man. They had somebody from the distillery speaking about it.
really
On there.
okay.
And my
That's a-
father-in-law called and goes, "Hey, do you know this? Have you heard of this Quiet Man?"
That's a local
go,
radio
yep.
station here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so for the people in the comments, think of it as a super, super light Scotch. It's the best way that I can tell you to do it. Think of it as probably a $15 bottle of Scotch and what that would taste like. And that's
And I
kind of
still
what
think
you
it's
got.
too high
I do too.
at $15.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that is our sip, sink, and save tonight. As I said, I'm going to sip Bushmills, I'm going to sink Quiet Man, and I'm going to save Jameson.
You guys
So
are twinsies.
we really are tonight.
Two in a row.
But like you said, this could go either way.
Either way, like
And-
my determining factor is just the simple fact is I can do so much more with this
Right.
than I can with the Bushmills.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us know what you think and what your sip, sink, and save would be. If you've tried Quiet Man, let us know. Or if you've tried Proper 12, you can throw that into the mix too of which ones that you think would go. So.
Sean cracks me up with his response.
Oh, well, I mean, that's my little brother. What can I say? So, all right. Now we are moving on, though, to our Is It Worth It? I love this segment because this is the one that really kind of came about from the guys who watch the show. All of our crowd who watches this show, they throw out well, what do you guys think about this bottle at this price? What do you want to do with, what would you do with this one? And that's why we've done some, we've done some bigger ones. We've done all the Wellers and the Pappies.
Well, we did Wellers last week, didn't we?
Well, we did Wellers for,
Yeah. We saved and did what was it
Yep.
worth it with the Wellers.
But, so we are going to do 3 different ones because we just got this bottle tonight. Big thank you to On the Rocks here in St. Louis, Missouri for that one. But we are looking at tonight for our Is It Worth It? We have a Proper 12 Irish Apple, which just came out. So it is a flavored whiskey made with Proper 12, which is actually made by Bushmills. We have regular Proper 12 whiskey, and then we have the quintessential higher-end Irish whiskey, which is Redbreast 12. So Craig, you've had all of them tonight, and I'm gonna start with you on what do you think. So we are going at a price point of $27 for Proper 12 Irish Apple, $24 for Proper 12 Irish Whiskey, $75 for Redbreast 12.
Okay.
And that is the pricing that when I got these, that's what was the prices
Right.
on the shelf.
So the Proper Apple so far was really, really good.
Surprised me to death.
But here's my thing.
Is this bottle good and the other one's
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Well, let's finish this bottle and go get another one.
Right.
And see
Well,
if it's
the night's young.
consistent.
It is young, and we're about a quarter
8:30,
through it
let's
already.
go.
The Proper.
Here, K-pop, can you go pick us another bottle?
Yeah, we might need another bottle, just saying.
And then, so I would say as of right now, yes. I do like it. I would like to try it in a drink, maybe an old fashioned of some sort with that.
That's an interesting thought.
My next one would be the Proper 12 regular. I want to like it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I want to like it. I do want to like it. I think it could be a good product if it was more consistent.
That's,
The problem of it is every bottle is so freaking different
yeah.
that it just drives you insane.
So we're doing one at a time, though. So we're gonna do Apple first.
Okay. So then we go to the Redbreast of 12.
No, we're going to do Apple.
Yeah, Apple. Is
Are
it
we
worth
all
it?
gonna do Apple?
Yeah, we're all gonna do
Oh.
Apple first.
Well, fuck, all right. Then you got
Worth
to
it?
Is it worth it? I said yes.
Okay.
As of right now, I want to try another bottle and see if it's consistent.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue with Proper 12 so far.
Fair.
And I'm in the same boat. What did catch me off guard, when I brought it to the nose, it smells like freshly cut Granny Smith apples. I really get that strong apple flavor to it. Jeremy picked up a little more candy. I picked up that fresh apple to me. But the flavor, surprisingly good. And for $27, we'll see what we can do with it over time, but I think it's probably worth it.
So far at the moment, I 100% think it's worth it, and I'm kind of pissed that it is. I didn't want to like it. I didn't want to like the idea of it at all.
It was a gimmick almost, right?
100%. I thought it was a gimmick.
It's 70 proof, not 80 like Proper 12, right? There's your old fashioned.
Yeah, it's 70 proof whiskey. So whenever I talk to people about whenever you do tastings, I want you to think more of, instead of like, what taste do I have? Where does it take me in my head? No? Yes.
Try it.
Good?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not bad.
And this took me to being going to the candy store for penny candy as a kid and getting Jolly Ranchers, Apple Jolly Ranchers, 100%.
Is this from the
Penny
class
candy?
of Where Does It Take You?
100%. This is all coming from a class that I did with Jackie Zykan. Shout out, should be on the show coming up soon. That's like having,
I'm just trying to figure out penny candy. You're that
You're
fucking
not old.
I'm that old. Yes, I am. Thank you. No, it really does. It takes me to that kind of place. And so I dig it. Number one, I think it's 100% worth $20-something a
Yep.
bottle. So, all right, Craig, Proper 12, original Irish whiskey.
Again, I'm gonna go back to I want to like it, but the problem of it is it's $24. Is that what we said, or 27?
24.
24. I think it's super inconsistent for the price. Not that $24 is expensive, but
But you want something no matter what. If you're going to buy a
Right.
mass-produced whiskey,
I want it to be.
you want it to taste the same
Yep.
every
Like,
time.
I can go buy a bottle of Jack Daniels for $27, $28, but I know it's the exact same flavor every single time.
Yes.
And it's mass produced, just like Proper 12 is. Proper 12 has been so inconsistent so far. That's been my huge issue. I mean, we got what?
Now, if you
we
would run into-
do have another bottle around here
If
somewhere.
you would run into Connor in a
I would tell him the same thing. I don't care.
and then he punch you in the nose and it'd be fine. But
That's fine.
Okay.
He's got
Craig
money.
could retire.
You actually have a great idea. So we have this bottle of Proper 12 that's open.
Right.
I just so happen to have another unopened bottle of
Right.
Proper 12. Let's taste them and see. Let's see what this comes out to be.
This is how bad it is in this house in this group.
Yeah, we just have bottles laying around, and so
I'm just kind of curious if I've got to have a DD tonight or not.
I mean, you know,
You've got one. You're covered.
I know. I'm being a smart ass.
Who's going to walk me upstairs is my problem. Although I can sleep down here at Lovesack's pretty damn comfortable.
all right, here we go. So I am going to, number one, this is a pour of a brand new unopened bottle right there. Take that one. The next is going to be a pour that has been around here for a year.
A year. I think it was last St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, I think
we
it
broke
was
it out.
that we. Okay.
Because I think we compared it to Tullamore Dew last year.
Mm-hmm.
They smell completely different.
Do they really?
I think so.
So I haven't even got into it yet. So
There's the new one, Jeremy.
hang on.
This tastes flat
The one
compared
we've
to
had.
that one.
Okay.
That's the new.
This
That
is the
tastes
new.
flat. Like there's no kick. There's no spice.
This makes for great TV that we're just sitting here kind of,
Yeah.
not talking.
All
but,
right, let's do that.
That is very flat.
so this is new, correct?
Yes, that's new. The MMA Bourbon logo is the new one. I told you.
This 100% has more tails in it. So whenever you break down whiskey, you have three parts to it. You have the head, the hearts, and the tails. This
all
100%
tail.
has more tails in it than anything of that bottle.
That one you get
This
some
is a
flavor on
much
the
better
tongue.
bottle.
Yes.
Yeah. The new bottle is a much better bottle.
Now, if I tasted that one to say it, I would say it's worth it, the new one.
Yeah.
For $24, I would say it's worth it.
Yeah. It's still extremely light.
It's only what, 90 proof?
No, it's an 80
80.
proof whiskey. Gotta be. I don't know. What is it, Jim? Look and see. But I'm gonna
No,
bank
I think
this
it
as
is 80. We
proof.
talked about it earlier. And it's interesting because this is a
It
blended
smells like
whiskey
a
as well.
failed USADA test. Okay,
Yeah,
Sean.
that's 80.
If
That's
you want to
80
go
proof.
there, that's cool, but he's not filled one yet.
Which is amazing. And he just jumped back in the pool.
And this is 80 proof as well.
Okay.
So we're
So-
70, 80, 80.
You can be not you can not be a fan, but
So number one, there is a distinctive difference between these
Absolutely.
two bottles.
the
A distinctive difference.
the old bottle tastes like it's flat soda. I mean, it's not soda,
but that's a great way to put it.
I mean-
it tastes like
like it's been
it tastes like, so what, if you've ever, it tastes like tails, and that's the only way that I can describe it. It tastes like what's happened after the run is done, and they kept a little too much in whatever they mixed to this.
There's
It's
nothing on the front end.
No.
When you
No.
bring it in, you've got no initial.
like even the
It's
smell
very
to it,
light. It's very watery.
Yeah.
even the smell to it's flat.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like it just smells like barley.
Yeah. But no, it's very interesting. Good call, Craig, to have done. Yeah, there is a distinctive difference. And that's why, is that bottle worth it, Craig?
That bottle right there, no.
Jim,
So, no,
is that bottle worth it?
That bottle's not. But here's my thing. On the inconsistency, without grabbing 3 or 4 bottles right now, do you say overall it's worth it or not?
Overall,
Because you're rolling the dice on a bottle.
right.
Based on what we've done in the
that's
past.
my problem. So that's my whole issue with the $24. I mean, it's not that it's the money,
yeah,
but I'm going to spend my money on a product that is mass produced and should taste exactly the same every fucking time you drink
And
it.
again, being a blended
I can go buy
whiskey,
this, and it tastes exactly the same every time I buy it.
No matter what.
Right.
And I'm just,
And I'm 100% with you on that
and I'm
one.
a Connor fan. That's the bitch.
Yeah. He's
But
big.
I still can't do it. I just can't do it.
No.
Now, I really
And
do.
we got them when it first came out.
Right.
I mean, literally, we drove to every store in the Midwest to get one.
Jeremy bought up every bottle he could find.
I
I
did.
still do, and that was the other thing. Those first
The
4 bottles that we got were like, oh, this is awesome. Oh, this one's shit. Oh, this is awesome.
Yep.
Oh, this one's shit.
Completely.
Now, like I said, that's why I'm curious about how the apple's going to do if it's going to be super inconsistent.
Because this bottle is great.
It's great. It reminds me of Jolly Ranchers.
100%. So, all right, the last one of the evening is Redbreast. Now, Craig, you made mention that Redbreast is a Jameson product.
Yes.
Tell me about how that works for them.
I have no clue.
Okay, so from fair. All right.
I have no clue. I'm not going to lie. I just seen it. It was at
So
the distillery.
this is the single pot still product of Jameson, so it's
Okay.
only done once. It is aged a little bit longer than average Jameson. It's aged 12 years. There is a 15 and there is a 27. Now, I was actually found a 27 in the wild here in the St. Louis area today.
You can get them all day long.
In Ireland. Yeah. $700 here was a 12-year,
250 euros there.
which
See?
is conversion.
And that's
Rough
for
estimate, $400, right?
300.
300, yeah.
That's pretty close.
So
They were dollar for dollar, though, when I went.
I gotcha. But this bottle is $75 on a 12-year-old whiskey.
I take that back. It was $150 for 27 was $150 euro.
would.
150
It
euros.
was $200.
I would kill a drifter for
But
a $100 27.
Craig doesn't know how to pack and plan for bringing multiple
He got
bottles
one
home.
bag. I don't fault Craig.
I got my bag. That's all that matters. I got
don't
my
fault
bag.
Craig on that one. So no, but all right. So Craig, you have had the Redbreast 12. As a matter of fact, we have almost killed this bottle.
So I'm gonna
Oh
say
boy,
no.
I can see this coming. Oh, at $75, no?
I'm gonna say no on the 12.
Really?
I would rather spend the money for the 27 or the 15. There's that much difference between
I'm
the
kind of
12 and
Wow.
and the 27
Well,
and the 50.
so,
It's
okay,
so much big. It's
So
such
here's
a,
an interesting
it's such
thing.
a leap.
You are the only one of us who can speak to that because neither one of us have had it.
You guys haven't had 27 before?
No.
No.
Oh, wow, I had like 3/4 of it. Shit was
Thanks.
amazing.
Appreciate that.
You know what?
Hey, you remember that
You know
time
the
you
27 you like here?
Yeah, you remember that
You've
time
had
you
your
never had to have it
2
on
pours of that.
27?
You don't get it
jackass.
again.
Oh, all right. Anyway.
But to me, yes. No, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't think $75 is worth that. I would rather up the money for the other two. I mean,
Fair.
there's
Okay.
such a leap from the 12 to the 15 for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Oh, I could see that. I mean,
It
for
just
real.
really is it's a huge gap.
All right, Jim. Is it worth it?
I feel it is. $75 is that nice entry level point above. It's that next point above entry level, I feel, that $50, $75 range. So to me, I would definitely, compared to other bottles in that range, I'd grab it.
Also, my favorite UFC veteran who doesn't drink, Adam Sell, is watching at the moment. So he has absolutely no clue what we're talking about with whiskey. But that's okay. So Redbreast 12, I would absolutely say that it is worth it at $75. The bottle has everything that you want in an Irish whiskey. It has some very sweet notes. It has a lot of graininess to it as far as on the smell. The biggest that you're going to get out of this is you're going to get a much bolder over the middle and in the finish. It's basically
bite.
It's Jameson on steroids.
It has
to
a
me.
bite.
And,
And actually, all three of them have a bite.
yeah, they do. But I can't imagine. So does the 27-year mellow it out?
Yeah.
does it become so oaky that
It's oaky.
it's got a lot of kick to it?
Yeah, it's got a lot of kick to
Okay.
it. It takes a, it's actually, you know what it kind of reminds me of is like a high proof rye.
Really?
But not,
I would have never seen that out of an Irish whiskey.
but not
I
like,
got a little bit of excited there.
You did. I saw that.
but not as bad. You know what I'm saying? It's there, but it's not there. You know, it's not hot. It's not as hot.
I'm not even going to mention
Try
it,
and
but
go
go look at what Adam Sella just wrote. It's funny as all get out. Also, nice for joining us, Mike Driesbach, also UFC cut man there. My God, we're all in the house tonight. So.
See you next Tuesday, Adam.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, anyway. All right, so 2-1 on Redbreast. It is worth it. I do not think Proper 12 is worth it, again, because of the consistencies. And the Proper 12 Irish Apple is made me mad how freaking good this bottle
It
is.
surprised me.
Can we take a moment here and just
Yes, we can.
realize that I've had something that neither of you two have had?
Hey,
It's pretty fucking funny, actually.
I'm glad that you, I'm
it's
glad that you
amazing.
did.
I'm glad you had to
So,
experience
It's really weird.
all right. With that one, that Craig has had something that we haven't. It's fine. We are moving on to the world of mixed martial arts. And the biggest commentary thing that happened this week is the announcement that John Jones will face Stipe Miocic in the next UFC heavyweight battle. Craig, who takes it?
John Jones is going to beat Stipe. Stipe, don't get me wrong, I like Stipe, but John Jones is an athlete, dude. Just how it is. Look what he did that Cyril Gane. Like, he ain't fought in, 5 years and come out and just whoop that dude's ass. Like, it wasn't even a fight. I mean, it wasn't. I'm sorry. Stipe ain't
You're
fought
not wrong.
Stipe hasn't fought in a long time.
As a matter of fact, I would love to get in the comments Adam Sella's thoughts on this fight.
No one cares
Simply
what Adam Sella thinks.
We do, because he was on Team John Jones. And actually, at one
That's
point
right,
in
he
time,
was, wasn't he?
He tapped John Jones that made it on the reels. And so, in all fairness, Adam Sella is the UFC heavyweight champ. So there's that.
outta
All
here
right?
with that.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Do you
Where
like my
did
math
that
on
go?
that one? Do
I
you
like
my
your math on
that
that.
one? Yes. So
If
basically,
you're
yeah.
putting together a proof, that's how it works.
Absolutely. Adam Sella is
I'm
the
the only
UFC
one to
heavyweight
submit
champ.
him, it says. Adam
Yep,
says
see,
that.
there we go. All right, so Jim, does John Jones take the win?
I think so.
Really?
He's a freaking beast. I'm
Have you
sorry.
all seen Stipe though? He's
Yes.
gigantic.
I
He is.
understand that.
He hits hard.
Yeah.
Jones can take a hit.
Trust
Oh.
me. Ask the woman that he hit.
Craig.
She was in the ring with him when he beat Cyril Gane. She came in like
I was talking about the pregnant lady. in
I'm
the
support
car.
my man. You know, well, that was his fiance is the one that he smacked around a little
But-
bit, and then he ran over a pregnant lady. But it's fine. He's good now.
It'll be a different
and
type
there's no more
fight.
picograms.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is why the UFC wouldn't let me have press
Right.
conferences. Absolutely, I pissed him off. I knew this was coming. Now,
Well, Craig says, I'm not watching them. I don't give a shit.
Don't watch it. I'm sorry.
We're guilty by association.
They have 900 fucking shows a week. Okay? First thing, I don't know anybody on there except for 4 people now.
well, and everyone's from Dagestan.
No,
Everyone in the UFC.
That's Bellator.
No. Oh, look. No. You're,
Both of them, actually.
Is your mic on? Because I'm about to ask you a question here. All right. Look, yes, Bellator has a ton of them, Matt. But all of Khabib's camp is killing in the UFC. That one little province who used to wrestle bears when they were little is now killing it. I mean,
Do you know that?
am I wrong, Matt? Am I wrong?
His
No,
cousins
you're
are
right.
champion at
100% right.
Bellator.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
he
I'm
is.
saying that there's a bunch of them in Bellator
There's a
too.
freaking bloodline of those guys that's crazy. So, oh,
And they're all great dudes.
Little Redbreast 12 there? All right. St. Patty's Day, baby. All right.
I don't have to drive.
Fair.
I got handrails.
I hate to say this, but I am with Craig on this one also, that I think John Jones takes it. I think that he has done, even without whatever he's done in the past, and let's take his personal life out of it, the man is probably the best athlete in the world of mixed martial arts to ever live. And I'm talking pure athlete. So, I don't know. Crazy. So, but the other one that I really want to get into this week is slap fighting. This week, Slap Fighting's championship has hit, And so, oh my. I'm not even going to acknowledge what just happened in the comments. That's why you go watch on YouTube and on our Facebook page. But no,
God, I love Adam.
So this week, the
Craig
power...
may not be the bad guy anymore if my mom watches.
Oh
and reads.
my. The Power Slap Championship went down and the underdog won. So let me ask you guys, Producer Matt, did you watch Power Slap?
Oh,
Can we
shit.
get Adam on the show?
I think we need to have Adam, man.
He needs to have a mic up here with us.
100%.
God,
All right,
Lord.
so Producer
We'll make
Matt,
you chocolate milk, Adam, since you don't
did you
drink.
watch Slap Fight?
I'm ashamed to admit it.
I watched every episode also. 100%. I went home to see it. Did you watch any?
No, I didn't.
Jim?
I watched 2 shows.
I've seen highlights, and the only reason I've seen highlights is Driesbach was sending them to me because he worked it last week.
So
Last show.
I was all about the Power Slap, and I give JT Tilley all the credit for his Slap Fight Championships that went down and started in Springfield, is now going worldwide too. He is involved in the Power Slap thing. Big way to make it. But
Somebody have his volume on?
I was going to say, did I just hear somebody have their volume on? Oh, that's
Live
terrible.
audience.
That's terrible about having a live audience. It's fine.
My DD.
Exactly. Craig's Uber is here, so
Getting 0 stars.
oh goodness. But anyway, so you watched 2 episodes, Jim. Was it like watching a train wreck, or were you into it?
Combination of both.
Matt, same question coming to you next.
I mean, it is a damn train wreck. It's like, my God, what the hell is going on here? But then it's like, holy shit, I got to watch it because I want to see who's actually going to be able to survive getting smacked upside the head with no defense.
I want to know what those guys who got freaking knocked out cold.
Yes, Adam, I want to know the outcome.
Basically, like, what is going to happen in 2 years? So, Producer Matt, give me your thoughts. I got to know.
I think I'm done with it.
Why?
It's just, there's not a lot of skill there. You're letting someone hit you, and
There's a lot of rules. I mean, we got a lot of rules. So,
You got to tell them when you're going to slap. Because when you swing your arm, that's one. How many?
well,
Motion.
you've got the whole,
gotta
if you
part of the
club them
hand.
with your hand, if you step with your foot and you lift it, it's a whole other animal. So, there's rules, man.
How about the chick?
Also, can we take a more moment that Forrest Griffin catches people when they knock him
Yes.
out? How did you get to that point?
I'm so confused. I did not watch any of this.
Okay, so Forrest Griffin is catching people when they get knocked
So
out.
what you're saying is Forrest Grisham's a catcher.
Forrest Griffin is a catcher. Did I ever tell you about the time Forrest Griffin blocked me on Twitter?
He will be now.
Well, no, he blocked me on Twitter years ago. I pissed him off somehow after the Anderson Silva fight. It was fun.
Isn't Sella and Forrest Griffin homies or something?
They could be. Tell him to unblock me, Adam. All right. So Slap Fights, let us know what you think on our Instagram page.
Hey, you're not done. You didn't explain that shit to me. I don't get it. Okay.
All right, tell me. What
I've never seen it. What do you? I don't
Okay,
know.
so
we'll show
literally,
you. Jeremy, go ahead.
Yeah, really, no. So what it is that you have to stand still with your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Okay. While the other guy across has his foot on a line, he cannot lift his feet. He cannot turn his hips. He can't
The
lift.
fuck you can't turn your head. I watched. I've
No,
seen
no,
highlights
no.
of
Listen, you can't turn your foot. So you know how whenever you throw the 2, you throw
Yeah.
and you turn your foot. You
Yeah.
can't do that. That's illegal. You can turn your hip, but not leave the ground.
It's all torque.
So it's all the
Okay.
torque of the side, and if you hit with your palm, it's called a clubbing. So you have to hit with this part of your hand this way. So it's only from the palm up.
Yeah, but
I hate the fact I know this much about this already.
But everything I've seen online, I've seen him hitting with the palm.
No, those are fouls. But it knocks
They're
everybody.
knocking them out.
But it
They
knocks
didn't
everybody
call
out.
that. They
But
didn't call it that. That's highlight to get people to watch.
yeah, because then it's called as a foul.
Okay.
And if you get 3 fouls, then you're out. There's points taken away.
Your opponent has a fucking concussion.
Exactly, and you can't get up. Then they get up, and it's funny because then after they get knocked out, they stand up, and then they stagger around because then like you see Forrest Griffin trying to catch him as they go. Jason Herzog does it too. Bug him next time you see him at
Well,
Bellator.
Herzog was the ref. I seen that.
No, he's caught too.
Oh well, Driesbach said all he had to do was run up with the chair.
And let him sit?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I mean,
But yeah.
so all the highlights I've seen is just from what Driesbach sent me. So that's all I've ever seen of this.
Oh.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing is.
Mike
just
says
nuts.
it's 10 plus must point.
But it's
10-point must system.
Everybody gets knocked
So,
out.
the two that shock me, one, the dude that was
There's
competing.
a guy named Slap Jesus. He was my favorite.
Yeah. But what about the
Slap
dude
Jesus.
his head was already swollen up, and he's competing still? The right side of his head is gone. I mean, it was the biggest hematoma I've ever seen on somebody's
Oh, I
face.
seen that shit. It was like this.
Yeah,
It looked like the,
and he's still
it
competing.
looked like the Elephant Man, didn't he?
100%.
Okay.
And then there was one guy who broke his arm and then slapped with the other side.
I didn't see that one.
Oh yeah.
But the chick that got knocked out, that just dropped and goes into a forward roll, didn't even realize she was rolling forward. Her body, momentum just took her.
Oh, it was so insane though.
Trying to figure out how that fucking worked.
She just
She got
dropped.
smacked. Oh, she
She
got
buckled
knocked
up,
out
she
and buckled
buckled,
forward. Okay.
And literally just rolled.
rolled
Okay.
forward roll.
So let's be honest, it's a train wreck and it's amazing. And it will be on Rumble now because TBS did not pick it up for a second season. So go check that out on Rumble. If you like slap fight, which I hate to say it, but I do.
Can you imagine it was a shooter? Me being a shooter?
Oh, the dead people going over?
No, I'm thinking about the impact that you're waiting because you know when they're going to slap based on the count. The timing you can get at that facial distortion.
Well, the whole thing is the UFC uses a slow-mo camera that you literally see their nose go to
I
the
know.
other side of their face while they do it, and that's why I loved every minute of it.
I'm just.
See, as a shooter, I love that shit.
I couldn't.
See, but no, the whole thing that got me too was
I mean,
that it was
I
like-
would like to work it because I heard it paid good.
But you get to pick the
don't do
hand you
nothing.
want to slap with. And then you get to say like, okay, I'm going to practice 2 times before I hit him. And then they'll go 1, 2, and then clock the shit out of the other dude. Or if they want to do it with the left hand, they'll be like, nah, I'm going to smack him with this one. I'm just going the first one. They're like, but 1, bam, done. And it's over. It's freaking crazy.
Like the dude that his one side was swollen. Why would you not hit that side?
For somebody that doesn't know movies, he watches the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So,
mean,
all right, let us
am
know
I right?
what you think of slap fighting because it's coming back next year for season 2, and Dana White is all about it. So,
they're going to
gotta love
Dubai or something like that, aren't they?
well, they're gonna do it on Rumble. I think is the one that's gonna have it. I knew that they had part of it this year too. So, all right, moving on to the world of boxing, Jim.
All right, can't wait.
Tyson Fury has a big fight coming up. Does it happen, and who is it going to
Well, it's with Usyk. They both agreed to terms, but now Fury is thrown in. Do you get the rematch clause or not?
Okay.
Usyk is saying
All right, but-
Tyson's doing it to back out.
be? Time out. So talk about whenever you do a boxing fight, because you've been around the world of boxing forever. What is the rematch clause, and what does that mean to the fans?
That depending on who wins, you get to have a rematch of it.
An automatic rematch.
An automatic rematch before anybody else gets the fight, etc. So you get that rematch guaranteed. Fury got Usyk to agree to 70-30 on the purse, which is huge.
Wow. Wow.
Now, do I think Usyk can beat Fury? No,
No.
he can't. So when you think about it from that, Usyk taking 30%, wanting to use the money for back home, for what's going on in that, yeah, it makes sense for Usyk. But then with Tyson saying, do we really need the automatic rematch?
So you think Tyson's scared?
I think that's what Usyk is saying, which is why
Interesting.
I
So
don't
what you're
think
saying is
Tyson's
Usyk's already said he's going to lose.
No, Usyk is saying Tyson
Yeah,
wants that
Tyson
clause
thinks he's gonna.
because Tyson is looking for a reason to back out now
Yeah.
that he got the 70-30. Tyson, he's saying Tyson never thought Tyson never thought he would accept 70-30 purse, which is unheard of in boxing at that level for a world championship.
100%.
60-40, 55-45, a lot different than 70-30.
Yeah.
So Usyk is thinking Tyson wants a clause, a reason to get out by pulling this.
Well,
I don't think Tyson backs out. The
I don't
guy's
know.
going to fight anybody.
I don't think it happens, but
You don't think they're back? You don't think the fight happens?
I don't think the fight happens. I don't.
Why?
I don't think Usyk really will accept that money.
He already did.
In the press, but have you seen a
He
contract?
signed the contract, yes.
I don't buy that. I don't buy the contract's done. All right, anyway, moving on to the last one of the evening.
Here we go.
And I find this one very interesting. Now, it's going into the boxing world again. Sorry, Chris.
All good.
But this happened today. And I want to know what everyone's thoughts are on this. And
where
this
he's
is
going.
this is the fact that one of the biggest names in boxing signed a contract today.
I wish Bob Barton was here to have this discussion
Could
right
you
now.
imagine how this would go? And actually, this is kind of why I went
They
this
want to
way.
come out of fucking retirement
No.
again?
No. So Adrian Broner has signed a contract
I thought he was retired.
with Don King Promotions.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ, you don't want money, do you, Broner?
Can you imagine?
Well, Broner doesn't have any other fights. He
Broner
needs the money.
He needs something.
He gets his ass in trouble way too much. He's
100%,
fun to,
But he
he's
hasn't
fun to
fought-
watch.
When's the last time he fought?
2 years?
Yeah, it's been 2-3 years.
I thought he retired, right? Or they just no one wants to
He
fight
has
him?
not. He hasn't had a fight.
Yeah,
Two
different things,
Nobody
retiring
will
and-
pick him. That's just it.
Okay, anyway.
Well, so Don King has picked him up. Don King does a predominantly most of his fights in Miami at a particular casino out there. I've actually worked a couple of Don King fights. I cannot imagine Adrian Broner in this particular casino that they fight at. Number one, if it does happen, if he fights within that promotion, this place is going to go absolutely just crazy. And the casino itself probably only holds 1,500 people.
Wow.
Can you imagine Adrian Broner in a 1,500 seat venue?
Not really, because that's like
At all.
that's way too small for an Adrian Broner fight.
Well, the point of his career, looking to come back. He's not going to. I mean, when I shot him in Cincinnati 8 years ago for the championship, it was the same card that Pedraza fought Cherry on. Pedraza defended his title at the time. Broner, hometown, didn't sell that out.
That's a,
This is 8 years ago. He did not sell
And
it
that's
out.
when
That was the height of his career.
And that was
Yeah.
it. Well, it was just past the height. It was,
Oh, okay.
It was still on the tail end of being the Adrian Broner. But yeah,
well,
he doesn't sell tickets like he used to. He's not that impactful fighter he used to be.
all I know is that Don King had a fat stack of cash on the table whenever
How much you think was there?
they shot the. I'm banking there was 30 grand.
30,000?
30 grand in cash.
I think there's 150 to 2.
You think?
Yeah.
Eh,
There was
it
a lot of
wasn't big.
stacks.
There was a lot of stacks.
There was
but
probably 30 stacks.
Also, you're dealing with Don King, so you don't know if it was real or not.
Right.
But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Adrian Broner signing a deal with
Even
one
though
Don
Don King
King.
was still alive, actually.
Dude, he was so. I mean, he's got to be 90 when I saw.
He's
And
close
I
to
was
it.
there 7 months ago.
Right.
Knows everything that's going on. Knows he's walking around, same thing, carrying the flags. Don King denim and jacket with his own face on the back of it. It's everything that you thought of. It just happens to be an old man now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, whatever.
the other big thing is never forget Don King killed a man in St. Louis. But there is that.
He
All
served
right.
his time.
He did. Well, he actually nothing ever happened. But anyway.
And he took all Mike Tyson's money.
He did. But that's okay because it's still Don King. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have a great St. Patrick's Day. Thank you very much for joining us tonight here at the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, everybody.
See ya.